Meet four homeowners who've given their small spaces some very big style. A swank retro pad in DC, a space-age bungalow in LA, an inspired walk-up in New York, and an eclectic houseboat in San Francisco. Next. Diana Yoakum and her dog Posey live in historic Alexandria, Virginia. Historic in one part because George Washington actually lived here, right up the road. But there's nothing colonial about Diana's 450 square foot apartment. Diana's 450 square foot apartment is divided into three sections: a bedroom, a living room, and an eat-in kitchen. You have a good guard dog there.
Yes, I do.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
This must be Posey?
That's
Come here, little doggy. Come
Posey.
over here. Wow, great space. A bit retro with a bit of a modern touch as well.
Well, when I walked in, I was really struck by the very tall ceilings, the beams, the architecture, the archways, the exposed brick. Just all of it together really created a very cool space.
Well, the first thing I noticed when I walked into your space actually was there's a lot of black and white, but it doesn't look boring.
The black and white was a little bit of a cop-out.
You were afraid of color?
I was a little afraid of color. Now I've gotten into it a little.
Diana started with a bold splash of color in the bedroom.
The bright red wall, really it helps define the space a little bit, but also it sets off my grandparents' artwork.
In a small space like this where you can't incorporate like a big headboard, the wall art in a way becomes a headboard.
If you have a small bedroom, enjoy it. Put the bed in the middle of the wall. Give yourself plenty of reading light, one on either side. It's bolder, it's more stylish, and it'll feel bigger.
I love your end tables.
These are piano stools, and they can go up and down. I can adjust the height.
It also incorporates sort of that modern touch that you do have in the space. And your desk plus vanity area.
Everything's a slash something in a small space, and I write for a living. My job is flexible enough that when I want to, I can sit at home and write, listen to music, and play with my dog in between paragraphs.
Now I gotta say, I love how you display your quilts and your blankets.
That is my linen closet right there. Under my bed is my off-season clothing
More stuff?
closet.
Your clothing, your vast collection of shoes.
Extensive shoe wardrobe.
Now, how do you reach that up there, though?
I have to stand on the bed to get to these, so these are cabinets I don't open too often.
Whoa.
And if you don't mind, grab this blue bag in there.
Now, when you do want some privacy, I'm assuming you just automatically close the doors, right?
Just close the doors.
Your own little private retreat.
Yep.
The living room is the heart of the apartment, a multifunctional space designed for real living. Now, this to me is my favorite space of all. I mean, from the moment I walked in from the door, it felt like you were walking into a cozy home.
This painting kind of kicked everything off. The colors in it and the size. My grandfather did this.
Diana, although your living room has a lot of furniture, it doesn't feel cramped. I think that's one of the pluses for the small space. And this table especially, because it's circular, it doesn't impede the traffic flow.
Right. Yeah, all the furniture is floating in the middle here, and it also makes it easy to kind of move things around.
With a few quick changes, the living room turns into an informal dining space. So this becomes your dining room table.
This becomes a dining room table, and then say I have a guest that needs to stay over, this actually turns into a sleeper sofa.
In less than 1 minute, the sleeper sofa converts the living room into a guest room. All right, so we got a dining room table out of your living room space, and we also had a bedroom space too.
Right, spare bedroom, dining room,
living room.
Living room.
3 things in one.
In a small space, you'd be lucky to get away with a separate dining area and living area. A lot of people have to do both in one space, and so it's really nice when you have pieces of furniture that can do double duty.
It's really easy to change out the scheme here with the black and white. What I do, I take off this slip cover.
Oh, there's another thing on.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Totally different print.
Roll up the carpet.
I think by keeping the walls white and almost all the furniture white, you can't go wrong with any color scheme you put on it. Diana's simple slip covers take her couch from winter to summer. Now, do you have anything else to change around, or?
What, you want to do more work?
Diana's eat-in kitchen takes up almost 1/3 of the apartment. Now, I gotta say, it's a small kitchen, but the space doesn't feel small.
It's surprisingly large, actually, for a 450 square foot apartment. But storage is still an issue. As a renter, I couldn't rip out cabinets and put in larger ones, so I had to make use of the open storage as much as possible.
Now, being that it's a small kitchen, you did maximize this wall especially with the pot rack.
Right.
It's an unusual place for it, I must admit it, though.
Unusual is putting it kindly. This was the only open wall that I had.
You
so-
gotta make sure you don't bump into it as you're walking into the space, but you know what? It kind of adds to the charm of the room. And this niche, I love how you took advantage of this.
Yeah, I love having some built-in shelves here, so I have, you know, a place to display, but also function. These are my dishes.
Plus it ties in your turquoise color from your living room, too.
Of course it does.
The 450 square foot apartment works as well for one person as it does for company.
Hey guys, come on in. Hi. A lot of the room is in the living room instead of the bedroom or the kitchen, and certainly not the bathroom. So it actually is a nice place to entertain, and in fact, with my band, we rehearse over here once a week, and there's plenty of room.
Yeah, Audrey always plays a game when she comes here where she tries to guess what Diana's changed since last time we've been here.
It's funny because it changes with the seasons, you know.
It definitely is like a great place for a party. The couches really relate to each other, so that way lots of people can talk. And, you know, in small spaces, a lot of times the one thing that's missing is seating.
Really, living in a small place does require some discipline, and as homes seem to grow and grow in size, so does furniture and so do people's belongings. And a small space really makes you think about what it is that you own, what you need, and what you truly use on a day-to-day basis. And I like that simplicity.
Coming up next, some high-tech materials and creative thinking transform an LA bungalow, and a New York couple make room for baby with one-of-a-kind double-duty furniture.